All right, welcome back to another edition of Sling Paint Gaming. We got Star Wars Armada. I got Jacob versus John. John's new. Jacob's playing. He's going to teach us Armada on how we actually roll. They're both mic'd up. We got the table set to 3x6. This is some new charted territory with our camera system, so hopefully we can try to make this work and get better, but they're setting this up as we speak. They're playing their rocks down. Very similar to X-Wing in a lot of ways, with rocks and debris, but you're playing with 3x6. But the game mechanics is very, very different. So this is going to be a crazy setup. We took two Bespin mats, put them back to back. Looks pretty cool. And what Jacob's got on his side of the house, he's running, and there's some upgrades, but we're not going to go through every single card here. But again, this is just a kind of a startup match. But Jacob's got an MC80. He's got 3 CR90s. He's got 2 YT2400s. He's got the Rogue Squad, Green Squad, Tycho, and Shara Bay combination versus John, which is on the far side, actually the top side of the video here. John's running MC80 Liberty with an MC30, a NEBB, 3 Y squadrons, 2 X-Wing squadrons, Wedge, and also 2 B squadrons. So we got both rebels on both sides trying to figure it out. And again, we're in Play It Again, Concord, North Carolina. And we got these guys mic'd up, ready to go. So they're setting up as we speak. So they're putting ships down. You guys, rocks are ready? Everything's ready?
Yep.
All right, you guys are mic'd up. Make sure you guys tell them what you're doing, Jacob. This is kind of a little learning curve, so explain how these mechanics go one by one, and we can go from there. Sounds good?
Yep.
All right.
First thing that happened is John picked my advanced gunnery objective. We'll cover that after deploying fleets, but basically it's going to make one of each of our ships really expensive and really good.
Okay.
And now John is the first player, so he is setting up the first ship.
All right, so, and that's the key thing is who's first and who's not first. And how far away can you set these ships up?
Range 3 on the range ruler right there.
As long as you don't go past it.
Yep. And also, the short edges, you
Right.
have to set up at least an entire range ruler in.
Range ruler in for debris?
The debris, fleets, everything.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm surprised they don't play on a 3x6 mat. Like, because most battles are usually right in the middle, right?
Yeah, but you can run to the sides, just try to save points.
Okay.
I'm gonna set up my CR90B. You set your speed as you deploy, so this thing will set up at speed 2.
Okay.
Speeds are always visible.
That's interesting. So it's no hiding like X-Wing.
Nope. Only thing you hide is command dials.
Okay.
That concept Destiny works. Only 1 and 3 with it over there, but it works. It was going to.
All right. So, and
You see your range over there.
Passing the range ruler across because I'm lazy.
So yeah, that deck I think when you how you're raging about it works. It does work. Like you just have to pull out blaster pad made turn rounds. And you get thermal on the post special.
looks like I need to make some tokens for this game.
Yeah, you do.
All right.
I get a free set for demonstrating, right?
I like that. We can work something out. You tell me what tokens I need to make, and I'll make them. Free set for you.
Will do. All right, John has deployed 2 ships. I'm now going to deploy my 2 YT2400s.
Everybody's like, quite a camera we got set up. Yeah, we got a big camera set up here. It's actually just a regular GoPro camera set up on medium field of view, but set very high, boomed up. Basically, it's off to the one end of the table. I can't put the cameras in the middle because these are the guys line up in the middle. So I have to do everything off to the side. Their mics are off to the side as well. But their booms are like extended at full length here on the mic and the camera.
For anyone wondering how carelessly I just picked those squadrons up, the rules specifically say just you don't have to be too careful with them. You can eyeball the last position.
Now, is there any ruling of as far as how far you put ships together and close together?
No. No, you can, I mean, you can have all your squadrons in base to base if you want. Ships obviously can ram each other, which is pretty bad.
Okay. Knocking the mics over and stuff here.
Deploying Rogue Squadron and Green Squadron. Squadrons deploy within range 1 to 2 of a ship, which can be outside of your deployment zone.
Okay. So they can be outside the normal 3 range?
Yeah,
And how was he said range 1 of a ship?
1 to 2.
1 to 2 of a ship. And what the YT 2400 is considered a ship?
Squadron.
Okay, so YT's a 24. Okay, that's a squadron too. So the big ships are the big things, basically. I gotcha.
Deploying Tycho and Cher, those are all of my squadrons. I believe John still has 4 more squadrons he can place, and his Liberty.
You can split though, right? Like you can put them anywhere.
Yeah. Just as long as it's within range of a ship.
And this whole game's about, it's you're moving capital ships, you're moving squadron of fighters. The squadron of fighters usually are not long-range ships. They usually stay next to, to their large base counter base. I mean, that's kind of the whole concept of this game. I see several people online right now. Not that many people because it's probably Armada, not normal X-Wing, but we wanted to try something different.
It's a better game.
It's a better game, really. How so? How do you think it's better than an X-Wing?
Well, and don't get me wrong, I still love X-Wing.
And just so everybody knows, Jacob is not like just a regular X-Wing player. He's one of our top players in the area. He usually places very well at the top tournaments and stuff like that. So he's got coins galore and templates, regional, all that crap, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, oh yeah, but he also plays Armada and a lot of other games too, and he's very good at Armada as well. You also learn from the best. Who'd you learn from?
The world champion, the current world champion, Josiah Burkert.
You're gonna butcher that last name, Josiah B. There you go. But yeah, he learned a lot from him playing this game. So got a lot of secrets and tidbits. This is good stuff.
Placing my last Corvette.
Yep, we're in game setup, Jacob. We're just starting this game, getting things set up. They're kind of teaching us and learning at the same time, but also playing a match. John, you've never played, right?
This is my second game.
Second game, okay.
And he loves it.
It is fun. It is a very fun game.
It's very different than X-Wing, right?
Yes, very.
Yes.
Very.
See you next Wednesday, man. See ya.
Take it easy. All right, so they're still getting set up, trying to figure out the last ships. And the moves are different. Well, Jacob was telling me out there, you actually attack first, then move. It's not the move first and then attack, so it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
Very nice. You range 3.
So he can't exceed range 3, or he can.
Yeah, can't exceed range 3.
But his squads can.
Right, as long as they're within range 1 to 2 of the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to put them there. Matt, I just have to set them on. There we go. And speed 3.
So they declare their speeds when they first put down the ships here. So that's one thing that's different than X-Wing is like it's actually they can see what the speeds are. And each ship has their own corresponding dials. So the whole thing is when you look at this maneuver template that actually makes the speeds, it's got clicks and stuff in it. And you can actually angle it in certain different ways in certain different angles. Now, each ship, you can only like either move one click at the first notch, 2 clicks at the second notch. It all depends on what the ship card has.
MC80 at speed 2. That is my final deployment and John's final as well. And now we go into the first status phase, I believe it is. We're setting our command dials.
All right, we're setting the time. The time is set 10 minutes in. And how long's a match with these guys?
About 2 hours usually.
That's the tournament?
Yeah, I believe it might be a little longer. I've never actually gotten to play in an official tourney for this.
All right,
Played
so
a few vassal tourneys, won an MVP prize. And my dials are set. We're just waiting on John, who will also have the first activation of the game.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, let's start off with this guy down here. He's going at speed 2.
Not much. How you been? Good. In case you're curious, or not.
MC30 torpedo frigate with the first activation. It reveals a navigation command. This helps you move, increase or decrease speed, maneuver better, gives you extra clicks on your maneuver template, which you'll see is kind of a different beast than X-Wing. John is taking a token for later use in lieu of using the full command right now. And he slots in a pretty straightforward command with that torpedo frigate. And now I will activate my CR90B Corvette. Revealing a navigation command, which I'll take as a token. No targets in range, so I'll proceed to moving.
Yes, the CR90 is a very fast and maneuverable ship.
And I'll pass it back over to John.
Alright. Let's see here. Go with the Nebulon. I got a navigation command. No clicks at one. A one click at one.
The NEBB can go fast, but it is not the, even while slowing down, it's not the most maneuverable ship. It's got a very simple plan, though. Fly right at him.
nothing around them. So
My MC80 will activate with a navigation command, which it will token for later use.
And this whole game is only 6 turns, right?
Yep, only 6 turns.
So you got to do everything you can do in 6 turns.
Oh, trust me, you'll get a lot done.
So like right there, that was like you're activating all the ships. That's like 1 turn, and that's it. And then you got 5 more turns after that.
Yep, and then we'll head to the squadron phase.
Oh, then there's a wait. Explain.
So you can activate squadrons during the ship phase with commands, but any squadrons that are not activated at the end of the ship phase, there's a whole separate phase just for them, where they're usually less effective.
So big ships move 6 turns. Squadrons stay where they are, or they can move during the ship phase too.
They can move during the ship phase with a squadron command. They can also shoot with a squadron command. In the squadron phase, they can either move or shoot unless they have the rogue ability, like Rogue Squadron. YT-2400s have this. A couple heroes have this, like Core and Horn.
Okay.
I'm revealing another CR90. He reveals a navigation command and will immediately use it to slow down because that's a scary liberty in front of him.
Now, is there squad points for these things?
yeah, they have them in the bottom right-hand corner how much they're worth.
Okay.
The ship is.
And usually it's like 300 points or something like that? 100 points?
Yeah, tournaments 400 points.
Really?
400 point squads.
Okay.
Fleets.
Fleets. Yeah, that's, yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Now we go to squadron phase.
All right, so here's another thing. Since I'm second player, John activated all 3 ships before me, and now I have 2 more ships to activate, and all he can do is watch. So there is my last CR90 taking a navigation token and moving.
Now, do rocks and debris handle the same way as like an X-Wing or no?
Slightly different.
So what happens if you land on a rock with a capital ship?
All right, so if you land on an asteroid with a capital ship, you will take a face-up damage card through shields. If you land on a debris field with a capital ship, you will take 2 damage distributed to your hull zones, your choice, so you can take them on shielded areas. And if you land on the station there, you will heal a damage card.
Interesting.
They have space stations.
They got space stations. Of course they do. They're fleets.
Obstacles, except for the space station, do not hinder squadrons.
Squadrons can navigate through them. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, although if anything shoots through them, they will lose a die.
Okay. Oh, so it's, instead of gaining a die, they lose a die.
Yep,
That's interesting.
because there's no defense dice.
All right, so
Oh, that's right. There's no defense dice whatsoever. Okay. So they lose an attack die? Or they lose a... Okay, I got you.
An attack die of your choice, and if this would drop you out of dice, then you can't shoot.
Okay.
So bombers usually get 1 die against capital ships, so if you hide behind obstacles, you should be fine there.
Now, talk to me about firing arcs and stuff like that. Is there firing arcs here as well?
Yeah, so each ship has 4 different hull zones, and they each have their own firing arcs that they can fire out of. Each ship gets to fire twice, so if you can line up 2 adjacent zones on the same target, your ship can fire twice into the same enemy ship.
4 times total.
Twice.
So twice for each zone, though.
No, twice per ship.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
This is what we call double arcing. So John moved a couple X-Wing squads, and you toggle the slider to activate them.
Right now, I'm honestly hoarding trade bait.
That looks so trippy with the two Bespin mats.
Back together, yeah.
There's gonna be someone who buys in on the reset.
This is actually a good practice because when we do our X-Wing Epic battle this weekend, the Furball Epic is a little bit different than normal Epic play. We are going to be doing on a 3x6 mat, so this is actually good to get some practice in with this.
Because the Kylo is the only Armada promo I'm missing if you don't count like the promo ones being the
This gonna make you open up your Armada set.
I've been wanting to play the Armada.
Next Wednesday, don't forget.
If I ran either one of the two more,
I'll bring them every week if you
Also,
want me
his
to.
Imperial Salt stuff has also not been opened.
No, that has been opened. We've actually played a couple games of Imperial Salt.
I love Imperial Salt.
I have tons of Imperial Salt stuff.
Please, let's play that.
There's like tons of Imperial Salt stuff that's just sitting collecting dust.
Let's play Berto.
All right.
I love Imperial Salt.
Is Armada another FFG game? Yes, it is. I mean, even if you don't like the game, buying these ships are killer. These are some detailed models, just like the X-Wing. No. Yes.
So,
Joe's yelling at Nim's yelling.
400s here kind of break the rules a little bit. They have rogues so they can move and fire in the squadron phase. So now my YT here is going to get to jump on those Y-Wings and pump out 3 damage. Criticals do not count against squadrons most of the time.
So 3 hits, 1 crit, but no crit.
And that only does half of the health of a Y-Wing squad.
All right, so-
I know only half, but
And so the damage is tracked on the actual squadron thing itself.
yep, you only need 1 card for all of your generic squadrons because you track their damage on the dial.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Now, he just picked it up. I mean, like an X-Wing, like if you pick that up and move shit, like people would like yell at you.
Oh yeah.
But for Armada, it's like,
I mean, now if you move a whole ship in Armada, you're taking it a little far. But the squadron, I mean, we know where that Y-Wing is.
Okay.
And if it gets run over by a ship and just moves somewhere else, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Actually, so speaking of, let's say if a capital ship runs over, can it run over squadrons?
They can. It is not as fun as you would think it is. It actually hampers the player that runs it over because the opposing player places that squadron anywhere in base with the ship that ran it over.
All right.
2 more damage on that Y-Wing.
2 hits. What is that? 2 hits, 1 crit, and what?
And an accuracy, which would allow me to prevent him from using a defense token. Now, it's a generic Y-Wing, so he doesn't have any defense tokens.
Okay.
But against a unique squadron or a capital ship, that would help a little more.
And the reason why you're shooting is because because those can shoot and move at the same time because of Rogue, you said?
Yep. They are a favorite squadron of rebel admirals everywhere.
Admiral. That's right. So you are considered an admiral here.
Yes, I am.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Using-
Admiral Jacob McFalls. That just sounds like really nice. I like that. Admiral John Brun. Yes.
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 And of course, you have to have your own admiral. So John has General Dodonna, the old man from New Hope. And his ability in Armada is, if you know the Merrick Steel pilot ability in X-Wing,
Yeah.
you can choose like
Crit.
3 different criticals.
Yeah.
Dodonna lets all of your ships in Armada choose 4 different criticals.
All your ships.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He's also the cheapest rebel admiral. I have General Riken, and his ability only activates once per ship and unique squad. His ability is any unique ship or squadron stays alive until the end of the turn if you kill it. You could say they become zombies. Zombie Bigs is a thing.
really fast ship. They can pretty much travel half the board.
Yeah,
in
this
one
this
turn.
whole range ruler here, A-wings can fly the whole thing.
Now, if I'm an A-wing, like I know, like an X-wing, you have a firing arc, but you really don't care as long as you're.
Squadrons are 360-degree firing.
Yeah. So okay.
For lack of a better term.
I like that. See, you know, this game I probably would like more because all the bumping and grinding that we did with X-Wing when Nims bumps into a ship, you really don't care in here.
No. No.
It's more about the strategy in this game, trying to figure out the moves, maneuvers, outsmart your opponent, and what have you.
Correct. Getting back to what we were saying earlier, I do love X-Wing, but it's getting kind of stale. I went to a regional last weekend, and I played 4 Imperial lists that were all variants of the Palpatine list, and 2 Scum lists that were both variants of the old Fenneru list. And, I mean, talking to that world champion for Armada, he went to a regional. He said he saw people trying brand new ships. Pretty much every fleet was different. It's a lot. It's very refreshing. So now the squadron phase is complete. Definitely went a little better for me thanks to Rouge. So now we go back to setting our command dials. The smaller ships will set a new dial every turn, and the larger ships have to actually set them in advance.
Yeah, Jacob, I agree with you. It's much more relaxed, I think, from a movement perspective, because I think, like I said, this game is all about like strategy, like really understanding, you know, what your ships can and cannot do from a movement and positioning.
Oh
And-
yeah, definitely.
It's not worrying about arcs. It's not worrying about, you know, I like it because I might like this because like I'm a defensive player in X-Wing, and I love blocking. I love doing that. And I love the strategy behind it. I like, for lack of better words, trying to outsmart my opponent on where I think they're going to go and try to block them. This to me is like a very strategy game.
Yeah, and you would definitely like General Riken because these little Corvettes here might not seem like much. And sure, that Liberty's going to blow the heck out of them if it gets its hands on them. But they'll stick around. With Riken, even if they're dead, they'll stay around. They can still block. And you take damage cards if you ram someone. Both ships do. But if you're already dead, who cares?
Wait, so they can still move and they're dead,
If you have General Riken, that's his admiral ability.
but they can't shoot.
Right. Well, they can shoot. No, they are fully alive until the end of the turn.
Oh, so they don't get blown off the table at that turn. So they stay
Correct.
around. But at the end of the turn, they do get removed.
Yes.
Okay. I like that. That's like a free attack. It's like simultaneous fire. And here, there's no pilot skill value in this game too. All this game's about is, from what Jacob, what you were explaining to me, is it's whoever moves first, whoever basically, for lack of better words, has initiative. In this case, John does on the top side of the camera here. John goes first, then Jacob. John, then Jacob, then John. And you can activate any ship you want in order, in your order. Doesn't make a difference, and there is no pilot skill value. So you just maneuver based on and react based on what your opponent's doing. You can. It's like kind of, you know what it actually reminds me of? It reminds me of chess, because there's the white pieces and black pieces. White piece is always going to go first. Black piece is always in defensive, and either defensive waits for that opportunity to switch it to offense. Yeah, that's what probably reminds me of chess a lot in a lot of ways. Strategically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I'll start off, activate a ship.
Robert Monroe's like, how do I explain to my wife that I have to get into Armada? One more game may break the back of her camel. Everybody's like, you're screwed. Same here, man. I already have the starter set for Armada, so that's problem number one.
Can you spend your
But these ships look gorgeous, man. They are so detailed. Even if you just didn't want the ships as models, they're pretty cool looking.
Oh yeah.
Capital ships? Yeah, I like them. I mean, the squads are just painted plastic. I see people paint them, but the capital ships are painted and detailed.
You should see some of the newer ones. The Pelta, the Phoenix Home for any of you Rebels fans out there, looks amazing. All right, so John is checking range here on his MC30. It is in long range of my Corvette. However, it doesn't have any red dice, which are the only dice that can be fired at long range.
Yep.
Well, not the only dice, but, well, yeah, I guess so. So he will now go to moving.
So we're gonna go.
Robert Monroe goes, I wonder what happened if I told Berto maybe buy it. You can blame me. And then says, I wish Armada was more popular in my area. I love the ships for it, but between lost and lack of play in my area, I stick to X-Wing. It's huge here. But you know what? Vassal, right?
Vassal.
There's actually a big Vassal
There's
community.
a huge Vassal community.
Jacob Moore. I've claimed so many purchases on this channel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to teach me how to do that, Jacob.
Yeah, you guys need to like email FFG Fantasy Flight and tell them that this channel makes the money. Maybe we could sponsor from them.
Please. Oh, bro, guess what I've got coming up with me to the Boom Open in Syracuse?
Wow.
Jeremy Howard.
Oh, nice. He's meeting you up there? Nice.
Yeah.
No.
No, we're gonna pick him up at his house and then go up there.
Oh, nice. Blake just told me that he's going with one of the Howard brothers, Jeremy Howard, to the Naboo Open
The Boom
for
Open
X-Wing
in Syracuse.
in Syracuse. That's my old stomping ground, New York. There. Not New.
March.
Oh. All right, so now my Corvette will activate,
Finish that damn event.
and he has a concentrate fire command. Checking range.
Yeah, I'll be
John
up there.
has
March
masterfully
16th,
placed
we'll be
him
there all
just
weekend.
out.
March 16th, 17th, 18th,
So
and 19th.
I will. Actually, I'll just have to discard that command altogether because I can't have more than one token on a command one ship.
So definitely, guys, get your tickets. I'll see you out there.
Jacobs. Matt P says, I just got my SP tokens when I went to from NC to Arizona in 3 days. That's some fast shipping there. Yeah, I can't take credit for that. That's the post office, man. They really stepped up their game, trying to compete, I guess, with FedEx and everybody. Yeah, their shipping, their first class shipping is really, really spot on. And now you got tracking for all of that too, which is awesome. Jacob just said, I just got my second Sling Punch shirt for Christmas. Nice. And then says, I'm going to be heading to X-Wing Plano Regionals next week. Should be fun. Good luck.
What do you think?
Where are we looking at here? Which one are your ships?
This one here.
And which one are your squadrons?
That guy, that guy, that
You
guy.
guys mark them?
We pretty much.
We have different squadrons.
Yeah.
What's up?
This is an unfortunate position that Corvette's got. I'll tell you that right now. You'll see next turn.
But now, did you
back
have to
John.
swing in like that with
I
him?
didn't have to, and I guess I could have reduced my speed and
You got
probably
X-wing
should
squadrons,
have.
a Y-wing and a B-wing squadron.
But, you know, I thought I could hold it in the words of the late Jack Porkins.
Well, one.
Are these? I guess those
The
are
late
the
Jake
Corvette.
Forkins.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna do another. Let's see. Let's do this guy first.
You've got Admiral and Vice Admiral over here now.
Oh, yeah? Admiral and Vice Admiral? Or
It's-
like Admiral and Poop Deck Swabber? Mr. Blake Allen McKenzie of the famous Jeremy Howard Hug is over here.
The famous Jeremy Howard.
The Howard Hug.
Like Alan Kinsey at the famous Sling Paint crew.
Sling paint the
Sling Paint in.
sling paint goodness.
Go get Berta some coffee.
How was
What?
how many people next door?
Next door.
I'm playing Destiny.
And when the two of us dropped,
Really?
it's porn. It was also porn. It was porn something too. There was like, it's not like here where we get 20.
All
And
right.
even, Caroline Tabletop had 12.
My MC80 Defiance is going to activate with a Squadron command, which it will use.
Medium range, right?
Medium range.
Yeah, medium.
We're going to send the man Psycho Selchu and activate him. Send him over here to tie up these B-Wings. He will attack that B-Wing squad that I'm pointing at, if you can see that. With 3 blue dice for 2 hits.
Special. And you get that one, like, 1 in a million
bet you
shot.
wish you
where
had-
finish all something.
So when you say tie up, is because they move in a straight line squadrons?
Yeah, a straight line, but if you are in range to fire at a squadron, then you are usually engaged by that squadron and cannot move. Unless you're Psycho Tycho Selchu. I will now activate.
Oh wait, so if a squadron, if they
Yeah.
mix it up, you can't. The squadrons can't move. Ah, wah wah wah. So this.
Oh, look at that. We know exactly where it is.
Oh man, now I gotta be looking up this game. I'm gonna be getting into this game too. Jesus Christ. Jacob's like, I'm ready for stuff to start getting blown up. When are those capital ships gonna fire?
Working on it. All right. So we are having Green Squadron attack that same B-Wing squadron for 2 more damage.
So 2 hits and a crit, but only squadrons don't have the crits, so it's just 2 hits.
Correct.
So how many damage can that B-Wings take?
5. They are on
So
their
right
way.
now he's already down to 1 left?
Yep.
Wow, that was fast. Okay.
All right.
But your stuff hasn't shot yet. He's shooting because he has that rogue shit and all that fun stuff, right?
This is a squadron command, which lets you do it in the middle of the turn. I will now activate Rogue Squadron. You can still activate Rogue Squadrons with commands. They also function perfectly fine without it. So now they are activating and attacking that Y-Wing squad, hoping to finish it off.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
4 hits.
Oh, yeah.
Y-Wings down.
First blood goes to Rogue Squadron. That is the Rogue Squadron.
So the different dice, everybody's asking me here. So it's just like X-Wing. It's got hits, it's got crits. The crits are, the design's a little bit different for the crits, but then it's also got this.
Before John does that, I still need to actually activate my MC80.
Oh, okay. And what's the symbol on this one, on this die?
That's accuracy.
An accuracy symbol is like 2 accuracy symbols. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 hits and 2 crits. So accuracy does
Blanks.
no blanks. Yeah. So you're doing something.
Oh yeah. So now the Defiance will attack that torpedo frigate.
And 3 different colored dice for ranges.
It's long range, so it gets 4 red dice from its side, and since the torpedo frigate is already activated, it gets an extra die of any color, no matter what range. So I will use a blue die so I can re-roll my reds if I have to. And I will use leading shots to re-roll these 2 blank reds. For 3 damage, there will be a critical effect and an accuracy, which really won't do anything here, but I will accuracy one of his evades, because why not? So 3 damage to that torpedo frigate.
And the accuracy basically gets rid of evade tokens, for lack of better words.
All right, so 3 and a crit.
Yep, 3 and a crit.
So I have redirect, and I have that. I can negate a whole dice. Let's see here. I can use that to take care of the crit, right? That's
Yep.
That's
An evade at long range will remove 1 die.
Okay.
You can use as many defense tokens as you want, but only 1 of each type per shot.
And they don't get reset a turn. Once you spend it, you spent it.
If you have not spent it twice, then they will reset every turn. If you spend it twice in 1 turn, it's gone for the game.
Oh,
all right,
okay.
So that's still 3 hits.
2 damage after you knock a critical out. Only 1 critical, regardless of how many you roll.
All right, so I can spend a redirect to redirect damage to the rear.
Correct.
So I can take 2. It's just 2 damage.
Yeah, 2 damage. Now it's to the front, so you can't redirect to the rear.
It's only the size.
It's like a kid
Right.
get to a point like this.
It's got to be adjacent sides when it redirects.
Adjacent sides for the most part. There's some upgrades that let you change that.
It's no longer really the threat.
All right, so 3 shields to 1.
Roll Java.
And now the MC80, lacking any other targets, will move.
This is the cool part too, is you can actually see where you want to go. It's not like X-Wing we have to pick a maneuver. You get to pick the whatever your speeds you have, which you dictate before you move the ships, lay the ships down. In capital ships, you said you got to pick the maneuvers, the speeds, like 2 turns in advance or something like that.
Yeah. It takes a while for the orders to actually get anywhere.
People, they didn't have like comms, like little walkie-talkies. Hey, move this fucking thing to the left.
Should. My MC80 will use its token to reduce speed down to 1.
Hard to starboard. Wait, it takes 5 minutes to make it hard to starboard.
I got a Falcon black one.
How'd that go for you, Joe?
Yeah, cut him some slack.
Actually, he's winning right now, I would say.
All right, back to John now for his last ship.
All right. A squadron. Let's see here.
You're burning the cards
I
faster
have
than
2 squadron commands, so.
The Liberty is not normally a squadron commanding ship,
Got 7
but
damage showing.
John's trying to get the most out of his squadrons before they all get pinned down.
Mill character and support vehicle for 7 damage.
Robert says a buddy of mine gave me some other people's tokens. My fingers do not work so well. Our tokens are easy to pick up and move. Yeah, that's the one thing I actually do like about our tokens. They're a little bit, I mean, honestly, they're a little bit bigger than the normal standard tokens, but I like that size. I like to be able to see them. You can visually see what they are. You're not squinting.
As we figured out, 9 out of 10 people love these tokens.
Yes. But you know what the funny 9 out of 10. You know what the funny part is? Actually, we do actually have a 5-star rating on Etsy for our tokens, and like a 4.99999 on Store Envy. The only reason why we got 4 stars on one order is because the guy wanted. This was like when we first started off. He wanted bulk pricing, which now we have. When you buy sets, you get reduced pricing. But when we were first starting off, we didn't have those sets and didn't have that. But yeah, we make sure that you guys are taken care of as far as tokens. So when you guys,
Right now, say all sorts of things.
no name drops,
I
no.
want to do it.
No, but I mean, any competitors' tokens, they're great stuff. I'm never gonna knock anybody that
No, I'm not
makes
knocking
tokens.
competitors.
No.
John
I'm
is
not.
about
I'm just
to attack
talking.
my
I'm
rogue squadron.
just saying, but any of our competitors' tokens are great
Usual
quality
John
tokens.
doesn't have another choice really.
It's just honestly, you know what it is? It's preference when you look at the
This is
tokens.
the Armada equivalent of blanking
I'll
out. 2
represent-
criticals, normally good damage on
I'll
capital
just represent
ships,
my
nothing
hometown
against
people.
squadron.
Exactly. And sling paint
People
goodness.
that let me have- the people that
His
let me do what I
MC80
love.
will activate.
Games.
This is the Liberty
6 nights
variant.
a week, folks.
6. Yeah,
This
Blake
is the
plays
home
6
one.
nights a week. Aren't you guys
Not
jealous
the
of that?
home
I'm
one,
jealous
but
of
the
that.
Same class. The Liberty is the finned variant that
I can
was
even tell you my schedule right now.
destroyed
where
by
I'm
a
at.
fully armed
Monday,
and operational battle
Gastonia,
station.
Tuesday, Pineville, Wednesday here, Thursday, Park Commander, Friday, across the
However, it
Saturday,
is-
tournament, Sunday,
It is
somewhere else.
terrifying.
Actually, I
John,
play all 7
you
days
have
a
a
week.
shot.
Do I shoot first?
Yeah, shoot first. So the Liberty is about to pour out some heavy guns.
What happens?
Long range. Do I have side arc from here?
You do have side arc, however. Remember that gunnery team?
Yeah.
Oh, also. Oh man, I forgot that. Advanced gunnery. My MC80 should be able to fire twice, but I forgot it, so we won't worry about that this time.
And then the special was play at yellow event.
So long range with the gunnery team,
Yep.
it gives you.
The gunnery team will allow you to fire at both CR90s from the front arc,
From the front arc only. Okay.
which is definitely the Liberty's favorite arc. Not something I want to get in.
Alright, we'll shoot at that one first.
So he's chucking 3 red dice long range at my CR90 for a double hit, an accuracy, and a single. I have 2 evade tokens and 1 redirect token that he could accuracy. Probably the redirect because I would be able to use an evade either way.
Right.
Yeah, most of my.
You know what? I don't
Yeah,
want
go
Poe to
for
die. Hyperspace.
Alright, so I will use an evade token, exhausting it to get rid of the double hit and take 1 damage to my front.
Honestly, I don't know what to say.
Did we mention that the world champion taught Jacob how to play this game?
Yes, and I butchered his name already. Burkertsmeyer? Was it Burkertsmeyer?
Why are you asking me?
You were there too.
I just met the guy.
So what I'm gonna do here.
All right. On to that guy.
And John is taking his second shot thanks to Gunnery Team into my CR90. And I will brace or redirect and evade for 1 damage to my side.
Have we gone over what redirect and evades do, or?
Yes, so
Okay.
evade will let you cancel a die at long range or force them to re-roll a die at medium range. Redirect, we did go over, you can redirect it
Yeah.
to an adjacent side shields. Now the Amon Karen will be flying in pretty fast. He can choose to slow it down with a token if he wants to.
That's what I'm thinking.
This is its favored position, pointing straight at the enemy fleet with a lot of guns ready.
All right. I'm gonna spend it to go down to speed 2.
Did I call it the Mon Karen? That's a good title on it. I don't think he has it. In this
Is that a torpedo frigate in there?
It is a torpedo.
Ooh, that's gonna do some damage.
It's gonna try. Actually, it is gonna blow the
It's
crap
gonna-
out of that from right there.
No, whose torpedo frigate is that?
That is John's torpedo frigate.
All right. Let's move these guys out. I like blowing up big ships.
All right, so the Liberty is moving up, and it is going to slam right into my YT-2400s. And in doing so, will allow me to place them anywhere in base contact with it. This is the downside to running squadrons over, is now they are free to rain hell on whatever zone they want to. Alright, so now I activate, and I'll activate with a concentrate fire command on another Corvette, which I will be able to use this time.
Poe has to end up being the actual least threatening thing on the table.
Alright, so unfortunately John has wandered into a double arc from this Corvette. So it will now chuck 3 blue dice at the front of his Liberty class MC80
You're playing for me, you realize that?
for 3 damage with a critical effect.
You're faster than I am, so.
He can brace and or redirect. It's got a monstrous 5 shields on the front, but only 2 in the other 3 hull zones.
Batman is dual wielding pistols with a jetpack and has black one in the Falcon.
Oh, brace.
He's bracing to reduce it from 3 to 2 damage.
And all right, so we'll take him on the front. So there we go.
All right, and now my Corvette will take its side shot into the front of the MC80 with 2 dice, and I will use my concentrate fire to add a 3rd, and I will use my SW7 ions to count this accuracy as a hit for another 3 damage. Death by paper cuts.
Let's see here. Let's go ahead and spin focus. This will have me focus first. Let's go ahead.
So that's 2.
Spend the brace.
He is exhausting his other brace. The MC80 is one of the 2 ships fortunate enough to have 2 braces. The MC80 Liberty, excuse me.
All right, so it goes from 3 to 2, and then redirect it to the rear.
Either sides, actually.
The question is whether or not I want to use that. I can rotate one more. Question is
So he has now lost shields
it's a matter
on
of at this point,
his
do I
right
take
side,
4 damage here,
and now my CR90 will move.
or I could go.
Tempo. Thank you. He is at speed 2. He will use a token to reduce to speed 1.
Masterwork. I had 8 resources at one point in this game.
Jacob, which Discord chat is that?
I am not sure.
I feel like I have a funny feeling I know which one it is.
No, I can't do it.
Here comes the bravest Corvette in the world.
Cool.
Well, technically, I can play that for free.
Alright.
A lot of help explain.
Berto, we've just been given a hint. There are several bad Armada tutorials on YouTube, but there are no good ones. Hit, hit, wink, wink.
We'll work on that. Now my other Corvette here, the last one will reveal its command with a navigation command.
Oh, I forgot you were done. Wait,
And he will fire.
I just discarded all.
Well, maybe we can do some Armada tutorials with. Yeah, Jacob wants more Armada players.
Right, I thought it was mine,
He will throw three
but I thought it was my battlefield.
three
But I thought it
blue dice into the front of the MC80 Liberty for 3 damage with critical effect. John at this point has to either not use a token on it or burn one.
yes, I'm up to current.
Okay. This is the most dangerous I've ever seen Padme. Padme just did 11 to
You haven't activated him yet.
The MC80 has activated. This is my last shape.
I had one range damage showing, that was it. So
Thankfully for John.
at this point, it's get the Falcon activated as fast as possible to give me a hyperspace out with the battlefield.
I just take the 3 on the front.
The Liberty is down shields on the front and right side.
Hyperspace all day long.
And now my Corvette will move and we will proceed to the squadron phase.
Falcon.
Yes, go ahead and moves.
Did you break it?
No.
I don't think there's anything I can do here.
So we are going to focus. Two focus. Three.
I've simply made it a lot easier, and now I will put this back together. And now we will proceed to the squadron phase where John has the initiative.
Too disruptive.
You can get to start my hand. You can mind probe me if you.
So we're going to blue, right?
Mad RR Conductor says, that MC80 is getting hit hard and gonna be hit harder sooner, I suspect. Yeah, he's throwing a lot of heat at it.
But no, you see what I'm saying about this deck?
Yeah, people want to go for pro because of the damage, but then Padme just gets all built up.
And you're sitting there like, well, like there at the end, it's like, all right, so roll the Falcon, so I have a hyperspace out.
So how does one determine the winner after 6 rounds?
That saved me
So you use the point value of the ships, just like in X-Wing,
using the Falcons.
and there are some objectives that will add point tokens
Because
of a
my
specific
opponents kept
value.
hitting, and I was just like, no, I'm good. Try again. No, I'm good.
Does a
Try
ship
again.
got to be destroyed, or you get like half points or something like that?
In some missions, you can get half points, but for the most part, they must be fully
You know
destroyed.
what? I'm making you do it. You're
I'm in
just
range
fine.
1,
You're not
so like,
making me
we're
easy.
engaged, right?
Yes, so John's B-Wings over there are engaged with Tycho and the A-Wing, Green Squadron.
It's pretty much all they can do is fire.
Like, it's not the best.
Correct.
It's easily
Tycho has counter 2, Green Squadron has counter 1. meaning they will throw 2 and 1 blue die respectively when shot at, even if they are destroyed.
Alright, so that guy is gonna shoot at Tycho. Let's try that.
Ooh, 3
Three
hits
hits
on
on
but
Tycho.
Tycho has a scatter token, which he will use to ignore the entire shot.
What?
Yep, and now he will counter back for 1 damage.
I don't like that Tycho.
No one does.
Alright. Now that guy, he's probably gonna die, but at least I might, I don't know, I'll take a shot at him.
The green squadron could only throw 1 die back.
The last 2 turns where Pat made a combined 20 damage over 2 turns.
How many other scatters do you have at Tycho?
Just 1, and is currently exhausted, so if he had to use it again, it would be gone.
When you made me discard the Aggie on the next play, it's strong.
I just wanna kill Tycho.
Kill Tycho. That's what I would do.
So I can't use my tokens.
1 and 2 accuracy, so you can't use tokens.
So I
So,
will take
1
1
damage.
And Tycho will throw 2.
And that's what that accuracy symbol means. Basically, you can't use tokens to defend. And then Tycho shoots back because of his ability and kills that B-Wing. B-Wing gone. So he's lost a Y-Wing squad and a B-Wing squad.
Now that is not just Tycho's ability. All A-Wings can do that.
John Conger says, Sling Paint streaming Armada? Yep, we are. We wanted to get Jacob on here and show us Armada. We've been dying to play it. I have the core set.
Shara Bay will fire at Wedge Antilles
And then the end result on that.
for 1 hit.
1 hit, 1 crit, but the crit doesn't go through, and 1 accuracy.
Jacob, these little things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, what happened?
He fired. He got shot at and killed.
And now my YT.
Dengar.
1
Yeah,
YT.
Dangar, exactly. It's like Dangar ability for Tycho.
One of my YT 2400s will now throw anti-ship at the front of the Liberty for 1 black die
1 black die.
and 1 damage to the front of the Liberty,
That's her.
which goes through because there are no shields.
Wait, yeah, you can't.
The thermal is
Oh, that's really bad.
thermal is potent special. 3 of both.
And back to John, he has 4 more squadrons he can activate. 1 of them is engaged.
You have 2 thermals in your hand?
No, the second one was post special.
Oh, I'm going after Shara. Let's go after Shara.
Ooh. All right, now John, check out Wedge's ability.
So you had the thermal in your hand and the other
You can add 2 blues to your attack.
And you roll 2 post specials. Or you roll
So that's 6.
If I'm exhausted, yep.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Wedge Antilles is obviously a coward that only goes after weakened squadrons.
So it's X-wing is normally 4, and then he adds 2 more to his pool.
So it's like our Bay's exhausted already.
That Pat made down late game just accounts for another focus.
All right, so I'm going to assume that you are blocking my brace and my scatter.
3 accuracy, 3 hits.
So Shara will now take 3 damage and be on her deathbed. Which would suck because then we wouldn't get
Accuracy
Poe Dameron to
basically
fire for the
blocks
resistance.
those tokens.
The last 2 turns, it was just a matter of.
Now Shara gets to fire back, and she has counter 3. And criticals count for her on counter, so she does 1 more damage to Wedge Antilles.
Alright, where else? All I'm gonna do is move these guys, right?
Correct.
There's like 7 eliminations in that deck.
It's pretty good.
Like, it's not totally reliable, but some games.
So don't let Wedge, don't attack Wedge if he hasn't gone yet.
Real Jacob, that's the Poe deck. Good job.
Jacob, did you
Someone just said Poe Dameron, a pilot for the Resistance.
Alright, there's 2 of them right there.
The
Did you
best
move
damn
that?
pilot in the Resistance.
All right. I think John moved too many squadrons at once, but it's okay. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he was supposed to go in between, right?
Oh, well, I can put him back.
It doesn't matter, Josh. My YT2400s, the last one, will activate and go after Wedge. For 4 blues. 2 hits, and he cannot use either of his bracelets.
2 hits, 2 accuracy, so he can't use focus tokens.
1, 2. So he's down to 1.
Yep. And that is the end of my squadron phase. John has one more Y-Wing squad to try and move into position.
Yeah, so
If Wilkes leaves, it'll be for
You know what I like about the Rogue One movie is the Y-Wings when they stay in formation and they do the bombing run and the torpedo run.
That was so sick.
That was so sick. I'm like, yes!
That's not how it works at Armada. Star Destroyers can take more than they did in the movie. Those weren't real Star Destroyers. They were
ionizing. They were
balloons.
ionizing them. It was ionized hits.
Yes, but those destroyers should have taken out the fleet, the rebel fleet, far before those Y-Wings had a chance to do that.
I think actually they didn't even know what hit them. That's what happened. They just came out of hyperspace right on top of them.
Incompetent imperial leadership. All right, so now we go back to setting our dials.
Game's pretty crazy, actually.
too much stuff.
Too much stuff. It's actually.
Too much stuff.
You know what the best part about this game is? You don't have to worry about fumbling ships and making sure it hits in the template and knocking shit over.
So now we will reset our defense tokens.
Are they, is there scum? So there's only 2 factions for Armada. There's no scum.
Currently, yes.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of scum pilots are rogues and villains, quote unquote, for the 2 factions.
Oh, okay.
Don't chicken out, Nims.
Nims is like, this is too much. I can't get into another game. Yes, you can, Nims. Yes, you can.
Now there's more Destiny cards coming out.
I'm doing 3.
I know. He's got Destiny. John's got Destiny, Armada, X-Wing.
I got a 1-year-old.
He's got
I got a 9-year-old.
He's got a little monster named Griffin.
Griffin.
Alright, guys.
I don't have to be.
All right.
Now John has perilous little decisions.
Now, can you run just all squads and no capitals?
You are limited to 1/3 of your fleet points of squadrons. In your standard 400-point fleet for tournament play, this will mean 134 points worth of squadrons. You
Really?
do not have to take any squadrons at all.
You can do all capital ships.
Yep. And if at any point your capital ships are all destroyed, at the end of that phase, or at the end of that round, after the squadron phase, you lose.
Okay.
The enemy fleet gets 400 points from you. It is possible to lose, and the enemy fleet gets a margin of victory of 0 points because of objectives.
All right, let's see here. Let's blow something up.
Yeah, John. John's like, let's
Oh.
blow something up.
Here we go. It's still not small enough. It doesn't fit in the hand.
Yeah, John, though. We saw that the next wave of Destiny was announced today. Oh, my goodness.
Let's see here. All right, so I do it.
The next wave of Destiny?
Yeah.
Oh, some good stuff there. Emperor Palpatine at 28 points,
I
1
can't
card,
but I am going to use
15 health. Jesus Christ. Right, it's 15 health?
Use
Yeah.
a squadron command here with his torpedo frigate.
I would.
it. All right, so I can do 1 squadron and at a medium range.
John is about to activate his Y-Wings. You're going to get some bombing runs in.
Yeah, there we go. Send in those
Goes
Ys.
away
Yes, bombers in.
Fire.
into the
Fire
rear
it.
of my
Come on,
Corvette.
man. I know, right? Joe's picking up one of the Star Destroyers right now. He's like, yeah, kind of cool.
And John slams a perfect bomb hit, a hit and a critical. And since the Y-Wings have the bomber keyword, so their criticals count against capitals.
Ooh, nice,
I will now
Johnny
be forced
John.
to use my redirect to force it to another zone.
What?
Whatever all
I'm
that.
redirecting his torpedoes.
It's actually very similar to X-Wing, but they have zones on these
Dice
ships.
can't betray you.
Yeah, there's no defensive dice. Just tokens, that's it.
So he got a good hit into me, and I redirected it to another side so it wouldn't punch through my weakened rear shields. And put an actual critical on the ship because that could hurt.
Have a good
And
night.
Nims is officially chickening out, everyone.
Yes.
Activate.
Even if you bought the
one
ships just
X-Wings
because of
and
the
I'm killing
models,
With what?
I'm going to buy you a core set for your
X
birthday.
Squadron token.
I know. It's in
Yeah.
September, he says.
Okay, yeah.
John is now using his squadron token from the first turn, I believe. To activate
Jacob,
a
no
second
problem.
squadron.
I'll check you out later on the forums, on our community forums.
He is attacking
Met P
Tycho
says, when you
with his
take 2 resources at the beginning of the turn with your X-Wing models on the table while playing Armada, yes, you're playing too many games. John Doe says, I saw a Team Covenant interview video that Thrawn will be in the 3rd wave. Oh, I would.
throwback to
I hear
us
that.
at that X-Wing squadron for 1 damage. Little annoying, isn't he?
Who's that, Tycho?
Tycho. The man, the monster, the legend.
Alright, so I get a shot with him.
Yes, you do. This is going to hurt.
Alright, so close range into the side of that Corvette.
Yeah, full broadside.
All right, here we go. Here's where the torpedo frigate stings a little.
3 and 2 blues.
3 black dice, the potential strongest dice in the game, and 2 blue dice.
Ooh.
John has
3
ordnance
hits
experts,
and
which
an
will let him
accuracy.
Roll any black dice of his choosing. He gets a bonus if he gets the critical. So
Roll
if
it
he wants
there,
to
John.
reroll more than just that one,
That's okay.
John
4
does
hits.
not get the
1 accuracy.
advanced proton torpedoes, but he does have 4 hits, and if he wishes, I cannot redirect.
No redirect.
All right, so I'm going to take 4 hits to my left side, which will knock off my 2 shields and punch 2 cards onto the 4-hole Corvette.
Full broadside.
A marginally more lucky roll could have resulted in a very dead Corvette there. Now he has a shot from his front. He may or may not have a shot on that MC80, but knowing him, he might just choose to throw some anti-squadron fire at his hated foe Tycho.
What's his anti-squad? Just 1?
Just 1 blue die at every enemy squadron in range and arc.
Ooh.
Which would be Tycho and Green Squadron, famous for flying into the command bridge of a Super Star Destroyer.
But you get to fire back.
No.
No. It's
Counter only works against enemy squadrons.
Alright,
If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Berto will relay them to me, and I'll get back to them.
yeah, I'll shoot them A-wings. I don't like them A-wings.
I don't like the
John's
A-wings.
trying to tickle away at some A-wings.
Alright, so yeah, it's out of the side into that green squad there. Just 1.
Crit.
Does nothing to squadrons.
Does nothing to squadrons. Alright, so here's the next one.
One into Tycho for a hit.
Yay!
Tycho's dead.
Wait,
No, he's not
no,
dead.
no,
He's
he's
not
not
dead.
dead.
Ah.
He's got 2 left. I could theoretically scatter that, but I'm a little more scared of the X-Wings and B-Wings there.
Alright. Now he moves. I'll spend that to go to a 1.
Ooh, and John is kicking the low gears. Maybe trying to make me overshoot him?
Can't do that, right? I gotta do it on the inside.
Correct. or you could put it on the other side there, yeah. Just feel free to move those squadrons out of the way. We know where they are. Keeping those heavy-hitting broadsides up. Trying to get in a very nice position to unload on my MC80 if it survives.
So now, in order to destroy a capital ship, you have to destroy all the sections of it, right?
No, you just have to get just like X-Wing, the cards go onto the hull, but you can only punch cards through into unshielded zones.
Oh.
So like now my front is going to take, anything is going to go through.
And so when you're dealt cards, that's the actual damage to the ship itself.
Yep.
So you gotta. Oh, so that's why you deflect and you can punch through. Oh, okay.
See, like here's the hull value of that MC80.
I gotcha.
Eight.
Okay.
8 hull.
So if you get 8, so you got 1 right now. So you have 7 left, and he's gonna focus all his fire on that front. Oh, I see. Okay.
The front and the side.
All right, so now my Corvette, number 12, will activate with a concentrate fire command. He's going to chuck 3 blue dice at the front of the Liberty. And I will count that as a hit for 3 hits.
And what makes it count for a hit?
I have SW7 ions, which allow me to, any unspent accuracy, I can count as a hit. And I'm not spending that, I'm just going to count it as a hit.
Were you going into the side or the
Into
front?
the front.
Into the front, so I can't redirect.
You could redirect to this side. You could also brace. This is the power of the SW7 Corvettes. They can put out very reliable damage in small enough hits that you really don't want to use tokens against them, but you don't want to not use tokens against them either.
All right, so I'll brace against that, so it goes to 2. Then redirect. Yeah, then redirect. These 2 right down to 0.
So John has evaded any hull damage with that. Now my side, I have a double arc on his front. I will take 2 blue dice and add a 3rd blue die with concentrate fire for 3 damage, thanks to SW7s.
All right, so half of it's gone.
Yep. And now I have to move at speed 1, which will probably go poorly for me. Oh yeah, I can't see any way around it. I'm going to ram into my other Corvette, and we're both going to take a face-down damage card.
That bypasses shields.
Yep. And back to John.
All right, well, before I perish, might as well go ahead and get something out of them. All right, squadrons.
I think he wants to kill Sheriff.
Yeah.
Birdo's gone. Everyone act a fool.
Activate him.
Wedge Antilles is activating.
Now, he only gets...
Turn 3? Yeah, turn 3. Alright, so no matter what happens here, Shara Bay is dead. However, thanks to the mad signs of General Riken, she will stick around until the end of this round. She will also counter now. One more, John. For 2 damage back into Wedge. Taking him out with her. A-Wings are very annoying opponents, especially with General Riken.
That's very good.
giving you some ideas.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I get a shot. Or I can do one more, right? I can activate one more.
Yeah, you have 2 squadrons. There's a Y-wing squad in range there. You want to shoot Shara Bay again? I mean, I know she's dead, but you can still shoot her. Sure.
No.
John won't play into my demands.
Is there a Riken over there?
There's a Riken over here.
Is there a Riken over here?
No.
Let's see. I can shoot at Corin though. Well, no, I'm not. He's not in range. Well, the bomber's in range, but
You have your choice of Rogue Squadron or a YT 2400.
is that Rogue right here?
Yeah, there's Rogue Squadron right there. The Rogue Squadron.
Mid laser turret on a ghost.
Because you know the blaster turret.
Let's fire 2 at Rogue. Let's fire 2
What's
at
up?
Rogue.
Get your worst game out of here. John is taking the Y-Wings into Rogue Squadron.
1 damage.
Plinking away at them. Rogue Squadron is counted as unique for the purposes of General Riken's zombie army, by the way.
Alright.
And now John gets to activate the moment you've all been waiting for. The MC80 Liberty class at close range.
Now, I only get 12, right? Out of my front, or I get the side 2,
You can fire the side as well.
and the side would get the double hit, the double gunnery team.
No matter what, you would still only get 2 shots out of the ship. So I have maneuvered my Corvette pretty well there, but you could fire. You do have a double arc from the front and side onto that one Corvette. I would fire your front first because you could also gunnery team that into the MC80. Not that that would help too much at this point, but considers.
Alright, so I shoot off the front at him and him.
Right.
Close range here.
Yes, so you will get all of your dice and I will not be able to evade.
Alright, so it's 4 and 3.
4 blue dice and 3 red dice. And he has SW7s on this as well. You do. Not that he needs it. He throws a monster 7 damage into the Corvette. I can redirect, however, I will lose 2 shields on my side from the redirect, 2 shields on my front, and another 3 damage, which combined with that ram I did into myself earlier, kills it. Thanks to the power of mad scientist Riken, however, it will stick around.
Alright, so now you get the front arc.
John is now taking the opportunity to gunnery team. Unfortunately, he is at long range.
So reds only.
The medium range bracket is very short. And he slams 2 criticals into my front, which I'll redirect to my right side. And now he will move. Blake, by the way, that Discord chat was actually my Corellian conflict chat,
Okay.
led by JJ Sugarnut, Josiah Burkertsmeyer, the current Armada World Champion.
Okay.
We have the World Cup for Vassal going on right now, and There's a very interesting, I believe, 7 Corellian Corvette list based around ramming people that just won a game against 3 interdictor Star Destroyers. And yes, he does have Riken in that list. They are 7 Corvettes that ram you to death and then turn into zombies. Yes, that is silly.
Alright, so... Alright, those two get to go wherever you want to go.
John, you know what your problem was?
Hmm.
You weren't running Nora Wexley.
Blake Allen McKenzie is obsessed with Nora Wexley.
Love Nora Wexley.
She is a silver-haired beauty, I'll give her that.
You just like moms.
I do.
You like hot moms.
I'm not smashing any of these capital ships, by the way. I know that would be entertaining, but I've already done that with Defenders and X-Wing, and it's not fun.
Is that what they're saying?
Someone did suggest smashing capital ships with a hammer every time they were destroyed, yes.
It would get very expensive.
It would. Alright, so now... my other Corvette will activate with a concentrate fire command, and he's going to put the... Oh man, I need to actually look at this. Righto has to take a dump, pass it on. Okay, yes, so that is a side shot.
I'm about to throw these shoes away.
Concentrate fire, 3 dice into the side of his Liberty for 3 damage. Oof. Do you like this, Sean? Are you fearing the power of the Corvettes now?
It's pretty bad.
And now for the side.
For the kill shot.
Yep. Concentrate fire, 3 damage. You can brace and redirect to your rear.
That's true. Why not?
So he will have no shields on his Liberty, but it will survive. With 1 whole point left, the Corvette's just chewing through it with ion cannons. And now I'll move. You know what I'm gonna do?
Chris, this has been utterly fascinating to watch.
You're gonna ram him.
I'm gonna try to ram him. I'm gonna fail at ramming him.
Beat fit paints match.
What about I'm stupid.
I know
Sorry,
what you said.
everyone.
We say it all the time.
Now we'll go back to John for his last ship.
John, how many ships do you have left?
All 3.
Really?
One of them's got 1 hit point left and no shields.
How many ships do you have left, Jacob?
3.5.
How many squads do you have left?
5.5. What do you count a dead squad that's still on the board?
How's it still? Riken.
Riken.
Concentrate fire token. Let's see. I think I'll bank that. And can I fire? Yeah, I can fire at squad. I will fire at.
Looking at the wrong ship card.
I am looking at the wrong ship card too.
So Connor, you know that box of cards you sorted through? Yeah. It's still sitting on the table. And somebody walked by and goes, "Here, all the cards sit for
That one.
this box."
Who should I fire? Who's gonna get killed here in the front?
I will go after. I'll go after Corin.
That is YT 2400.
Well, who's that? That base.
That's definitely not Dash Rendar.
I can't see through it. Alright, so two blues at him.
2 blue dice at the YT2400 light freighter, quote unquote. For nothing, because John can't roll Squadron dice.
Nope. I suck.
Torn far.
I have torn far. That one.
I think you double arc that Squadron.
Ooh, so I get another? Do I get another?
Yeah, you can fire the other arc at them.
Okay.
2 dice. You
Yes.
get 2 dice in every anti-squadron shot because it is an escort frigate.
There, we'll go for that one.
For
Alright.
1 damage, which you could reroll with your token if you really wanted.
No, I'm good.
So 1 damage from all those guns. And now he will move.
Yes.
All right, now the fun part. I'm activating the MC80 Defiance navigation command, which was to hopefully get him in between that Liberty and everything else. Unfortunately, I don't think that will work. But now we'll start with another fun moment. The MC80 into the side of his torpedo frigate. For 4 reds. It is in medium range.
Get your reds.
Medium range, so he can use evades to make me re-roll dice. And that torpedo frigate is already activated, so the Defiance title will allow me to add a die of any color for a black die. And I will take that. I'll drop this blue die for leading shots. Huh. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage with a critical effect. I have XI7 turbo lasers. Your redirects can only move 1 shield damage.
Wow. Alright, so 6 damage. I can only use 1 evade.
1 evade.
Alright.
Or, well, 1 redirect, excuse me. You can use an evade to make me reroll a die. Like that hit crit.
Yeah. Yeah, do that.
Rerolling the black die. 1 damage. For 5 damage, no critical anymore.
Alright, so then spend that, and then...
And you can move 1 point with that redirect.
So, I'll take...
To either his front or rear.
It's just in the rear.
And now 4 more damage into his right side.
Alright, so all the shields are gone, and then take a card.
1 point of damage has been snuck through on that torpedo frigate. It's got pretty good shields, but only 4 hull points. Now, because John chose advanced gunnery, my MC80 can double tap the same ship. Guess what's about to happen? Same thing. Yeah. Yeah. No evades. 7 damage with a critical.
Okay, he's dead.
Yeah. That hurts.
Alright, so it would be just 7 regular hits?
Yep. One of them's face up.
Flip it.
welcome to the Defiance.
Or, yeah.
We're lighter as well. And now, for the final touch, I'm using my command to move
all your ships?
back up to speed 2.
That thing shooting, what, 7 dice out of it?
7 dice twice. And now at speed 2, it will ram into the Liberty for a card to both of us.
And that'll kill the Liberty.
That's a double kill there.
Liberty's down. You know, it doesn't look like it's going too well for you.
No.
This is where Blake Allen McKenzie would say, I'd like to point out he was trained by the world champion.
To be honest with you. I'm just trying to just learn them.
He's getting mechanics down. He's actually learning the mechanics pretty fast. And now my final Corvette. It's so cute with its concentrate fire.
Jacob will be proud the one day that we actually finally beat him.
Yes.
I will, if you can. Rear anti-squadron into the Y-wings. 1 damage and concentrate fire for a black die. 2 damage into that Y-wing squad. And side anti-squadron. 1 more damage. Go, go, Corvette. Now run. Run from the scary torpedoes.
Hey, John, which one was your command ship?
That one.
Oh,
So you
nice.
lose the command cards and everything?
No more General to die. All right, so to the squadron phase where John has initiative with his B-wings and X-wings.
All right.
What is this 3 right here? What's that?
That is your... Berto's playing around with the activation slider on the squadron. It determines... shows both players if the squadron has already activated this turn.
Oh, okay, so it's an activation.
All right. Going after Tycho again.
All right. B-wings or X-wings, I can't tell.
B.
B-wings into Tycho. Tycho will scatter since there were no accuracies thrown. And throw 2 dice back for 2 hits.
Damn, Tycho's brutal.
Yeah, he is.
Let's see. I had 1 more. That's my other one, right?
Yeah. He's also firing his X-wings, presumably into Tycho, because he really, really doesn't like Tycho.
I'm just showing you how hard he is to hit. That's
All right. He can block out my scatter. I'm assuming he's doing that.
yeah.
So I will use my brace for 1 damage.
Oh my God, he won't die.
I mean, I've shot
He shot
Multiple.
Tycho a lot.
How much
And-
health does he have left?
Counter.
1.
1 damage.
Now, can I
1
shoot?
damage.
So if my ship's right here, can I shoot this other side, or it can't go through it? Field of
You
vision?
need to be in the arc.
Okay, so it's field of vision.
Now the yellow dots, to check line of sight, you go from yellow dot to the yellow dot on the enemy ship's arc. If it passes through your own ship, if the yellow dot for line of sight passes through your own ship's arcs, you can still see. If it passes through an enemy ship's arcs, then you could not see it.
All right, so that's the little yellow dots, and okay, I see how it works. Okay.
It was pretty complex for me to learn. Eventually, someone explained it to me. It's probably the weirdest thing about the game right now, honestly, other than all the shenanigans like Riken. So now I will activate Shara Bay, because she's still here with us right now, into the Y-Wing squadron for 2 damage.
This is the game where A-wings are good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Now the YT-2400s into the same Y-wings.
Oh my god, 4 hits.
Monster.
Y-wings are dead.
It's horrible.
Now Rogue Squadron. Rogue Squadron will take a pot shot into the side of the NEBB. 1 critical, which does count because X-Wings are bombers.
Spend my evade.
It's close range, you can't.
Oh, yeah, close range. Alright. And I can't scatter, so just take it.
Shields down on the side of the NEBB. Yes, they only have 1 on the sides. Look how thin it is. Anyone see Rogue One where they're snapped in half?
Yeah.
Yeah. But to be fair, let me show them what hit that thing on the side.
YT-2400 into the side, the shieldless side for a 1 damage card. Tycho firing into the wounded B-wings.
John Conger says,
Be
seems
fair,
like ARMADA is more shooting, less
that's
moving.
what smacked into the side of that thing.
Yeah, so this is what snapped that NEBB in half.
In the movie.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah,
so
Darth Vader's
he's
personal
dead.
ship, which
The
is this.
Devastator, which you can use.
Yeah, this is it.
Alright, so that's
Holding it.
gone.
Just-
No, that's the Avenger. That's an ISD-2.
Oh my
They all look the same, the Star
No, they
Destroyers.
don't.
They're all big triangles.
Tycho fired, right?
I feel
It's
like I'm
Tycho.
holding
Like
a-
this, I'm like, Imperials, there's no
Rogue
imagination
Squadron
of
I feel like I'm holding
design.
a
the
slice of
wounded
pizza, this
X-Wings,
thing.
the ones right beside them,
That thing's insane.
See, that's where
for 2 more damage.
that's where the tan is supposed to go.
Yeah, and I'm like, it doesn't line, it doesn't fit in there. Oh, the ship's to scale.
No,
No.
No.
this should be bigger. The tan
All right,
should be smaller.
so now the turn's over, so I can do this. Blake, give me that Star Destroyer.
Star Destroyer.
The ships are definitely not to scale. Can everyone see that? Yeah. Not to scale.
They still look cool. Now, does
Very
those
good
engines come painted like that?
Yes, this is all pre-painted.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. Engine fire there.
That's the one thing I didn't understand with X-Wing. Why did they, the ships are flying. How come they didn't paint the engines?
They've started doing that.
I know, the Millennium
the Heroes
Falcon, yeah.
Falcon, yeah.
But they should be done all the ships.
Also,
been-
at the end of the turn, Shara Bay dies. I'm sorry if anyone loves Poe Dameron, the pilot for the Resistance, because he's not going to be born. And now we'll go back to setting token or command dials for 3 less ships.
So is that Tantive dead too? The one you
Yes,
just popped
yeah.
up?
So I got one.
Hey,
It's
John
stuck
got
around to the
one.
end of the turn. Oh, also, my MC80 ended on that station, so it loses its card.
It heals 1 damage. Nice.
Yep.
John's like, this thing is rigged.
Hey, you know, John's still learning. I've had my time in the sun. I'm trying to pass it on to you guys so I'll have more people to play with. Because I do like Vassal. There's some amazing people on it that have taught me this game, and I can't thank them enough, but you really don't get the same sense of scale.
Oh yeah, when you're playing with the ships in person, absolutely.
I mean, because of how you have to see the bases, the Star Destroyer is actually smaller than the base on Vassal. Not the case in here.
Alright. Well, I think they know where it's going.
Probably.
I don't know. How's he doing up front?
no, we're good. We're good.
We're good? Okay, we'll finish this. It'll probably just be this last turn, honestly. The Yavaris over there isn't going to take much more. It's completely surrounded,
That's pretty good for it.
which means it can fire in all directions.
That's really good.
Yes, Blake is realizing just how good Shara Bay is.
Lower Wex is better.
Shara Bay's better. Oh, I'm sorry. Who was your kid? Snap Wexley.
Tim and Wexley, thank you very much.
Kevin Wixley.
Yeah, but that's his actual name.
Kevin-
I know.
Like, actually, he's pretty kick-ass in the Aftermath series.
But
Yeah, I heard about that.
but is he Poe Dameron, the pilot for
he's
the
not
Resistance?
The best pilot in the Resistance.
I'm gonna make that a meme. I think I already have. People have taken to it pretty well.
I fought against it for so long. Mike, don't encourage Jacob at all. And I kept on encouraging him.
They did. It's true. All right, I'm set. John gets the first and only activation for his side. We will, of course, reset our defense tokens. Tycho, with his 1 health left, now has both of his lovely tokens back. The brace won't help him at all. I'm sorry. You can brace something down to 1 damage. It'll still kill you if you have 1 health left. But scatter.
And so, if you destroy all the capital ships right now, if you destroy his NEBB, it's over
It will be over at the end of this turn.
at the end of his turn because the squadrons can still do stuff.
Correct. He'll still have a chance to maybe bomb a weakened capital ship down. Like that 1 Corvette's pretty weak. He could finish off Tycho and get some extra points there. Every little bit counts.
The reason Jacob and I are trading quips is because we go to so many events together.
Too many.
Like drives.
Yeah. We've been to 4 regionals. We're probably going to be at Steel Open.
Yep.
Most definitely Nova Open. We're like the Howard brothers of Charlotte, the Ben Keller and Chris Allen of this area. Only we're slightly better than Chris and Ben.
We're definitely better than Chris and Ben. I'm not sure we can compare ourselves to Howard.
No, we can't.
Jeremy's got a real
Berto's
nice
shaking
start.
his head like, why'd you name drop Blake?
Blake likes the name drop.
He does
No,
like the name
no, because they're my friends. I can do this to them.
Yeah, no, seriously. Jeremy's got a lot better of a car than I do.
Yeah, actually, I seen. Yeah, we're friends on Facebook. I seen some of his cars. They're nice.
Yeah.
He's got me jealous.
Alright, so do I get
I want one.
Do I get front and side arcs out of this?
Can't help myself. Name dropping is just so fun.
Same thing as X.
What time do things normally start? I play it again for Destiny and X-Wing on Wednesday nights. It's usually, we get here around 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
5-ish.
5-ish. People start, we get set up and people already start playing games. But
Alright, so out of my front arc first.
if you
and
pretty
the
much
side
get
of
here earlier, you can.
Your command. Oh, navigation.
navigation.
The Avaris is trying to take
Friday, it's
some last
just
shots
whatever,
into this
Friday.
weekend.
Yeah, Friday is the same thing, probably around 5 o'clock. But we normally stream here 5 o'clock on Wednesdays till whenever we get kicked out.
It is, isn't it?
And Fridays, I mean, they have nights for different games for different nights, but usually Wednesdays is
not
X-Wing and
Invade
Fridays is
and
Destiny. But you
pretty
get
sure
people that
Golden
play
Reach.
Destiny on Wednesdays. Heck, we're playing ARMADA on Wednesday right now, just to learn that.
I pretty much start moving the stores towards Star Wars nights.
One critical.
Yeah, because the first one is face up. First 2 guards are face up with X9 turbo laser.
You have a concentrate fire token. You can reroll that blank.
Might as well.
Oh. So just 1 face up for a thruster fisher. When I change my speed by 1 or more, suffer a damage. However, John has got a double arc against this Corvette. He's got 1 more chance to finish it off. Man, dice aren't liking him right now.
Yeah, your dice are horrible tonight, man.
He's working on it. He hasn't learned the art of getting rerolls for his rerolls yet.
There's rerolls for his reroll.
You can reroll a reroll in Armada.
Oh, so it's not like X-Wing where you can't reroll a reroll?
Nope. And you can reroll a reroll 5 times if you want. If you have the stuff to make it happen. So John can move now.
Alright. Speed 1.
At speed 1, this NEBB has been just trotting across at speed 1 all game. And you know what? To its credit, it's not dead yet.
Navigation token? Yes,
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna ram you.
Yeah, he's like, I'm
speed
gonna
up.
ram his Spencer's navigation token.
2, and I'm gonna kill.
Ramming speed.
Oh yeah, so John, the speed 2 there will hit me, so he will go back to the previous speed and attempt to complete that move. Yes, so he completes that, and now him and the closest ship, which is of course the Corvette, will take a face down damage card. The 4th card on this Corvette, which will kill it.
Just like the Hammerhead.
Yeah.
Corvette.
Oh man, that when they did that,
That was sweet.
that was the best part of Rogue
Hey, it
One.
totally works. One damage card. It's not going to kill a Corvette. Of course, thanks to Riken, it'll stick around, but I'm going to go ahead and activate my MC.
I love it when the Y-wings come in, ionize that ship, and then Akbar's cousin, Akbar Jr., whatever the hell.
Radis?
Yeah, what was his name? Radis, that's it. He goes, "Get me a hammerhead." I'm like, yes.
I forgot to set my shields at the start of the game, but you know, whatever. I have an engineering, which will allow me to recover 4 engineering points. I will use all 4 to recover 2 shields on the side I suffered damage on earlier. It's 2 points per shield. The MC80 is now untouched again. Yeah, it's a little silly. Now it will activate firing.
Oh yeah, you got me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is the NEBB going down?
You got the front.
I do have the front, and it is medium range. I am firing through an obstacle, so I'll have to drop it die. I will drop a blue die. So I'll have 4 reds, 1 blue die, and the NEBB is activated. Defiance gives me a black die.
Oh, Jesus.
6 damage.
6 damage into the NEB.
Alright. You don't have any accuracy, so
You can evade to make me re-roll 1 if you wanted. Careful with that. I could get a double hit or something.
red's typically
Well, that's
the
the
ones
other
that reroll.
event that they had. It's
I
still
would
open.
say so. They've only got a 1/8 chance
Merrick's
for a double hit.
Marauders.
What was that? What was that?
Alright.
That
Reroll
was
the
a.
crit.
You couldn't
Same.
have any
Okay,
uniques
and
except for
then-
Merrick Steele
alright, so
himself.
still
And
6
so it was all
Wrong
generic
ship.
pilots. And you can have all cross faction.
and then
I think
6
it was.
damage.
You want to do
I'll
something like that for
raise
Sunday?
that for 3 damage.
Yep, 3 damage. Front shields down on the Avaris. And now, thanks to
In
advanced
addition
gunnery,
to the big epic tournament, have something for
the MC80 will
players
do
that
it
don't
again.
have the ships that still want to do something that day. Have like
And
a
I will
fun
use
little
leading
event.
shots to get some rerolls.
Actually, there are enough
Dropping that
people,
blue
but-
die.
I mean, yeah, if there's enough people.
Do
for
the
it.
Mario go-kart.
Holy shit.
4 criticals, which
That
is
be
just
something
4
different?
damage with 1 face-up. He can use his other brace to make it 2 damage. One of them will be critical. Will not kill his ship.
So it's 2, 1, and 1 crit.
Yep.
2 and 1 or just 1?
Just 1 and 1.
Ruptured engine. After you execute a maneuver, if the speed on your dial is greater than 1, suffer 1 damage.
He just went up to speed 2, by the way. You executed it before you did that. You don't take it yet. It would be next
It's
time.
after you move.
Right.
After you move, okay.
So now I will activate my dead Corvette.
Zombies.
Zombies. He is a concentrate fire command, and he will start with 3 dice into the front of the Avaris. 3 damage.
Kills him.
Yep.
The NEBB goes down.
And of course now it's not quite done yet. He still has an opportunity.
To get some points.
So I will fire anti-squadron out of my rear. Believe, John, is that back X-wing in arc? I know the front one is.
I don't think it is.
Out of the rear or out of the front?
Out of the rear. throw one blue die into the closest X-Wing squad. Nothing. And one into the far X-Wing squad there. And we will concentrate fire for 1 damage. And hey, look at that. We get one into the Y-Wings back there for 1 more damage. And now we'll move. Need to place Rouge Squadron. And now I'll also have to activate my other Corvette to concentrate fire and nothing to shoot at.
Retreat.
John, what's the rumor? Why Carl quit?
Oh. His kid is really strong. He's had health
That's some
problems,
maneuvering there.
and he doesn't even let.
And now we'll go to the final squadron phase.
So he just, I think it's gonna send him some issues. He's just done.
I didn't even know he had a kid.
It's his wife's kid.
Oh, gotcha.
Is that it?
John's got some squadrons. He can try to finish off Tycho.
Why, hell yeah. All right. Yeah.
All he needs 1 hit and 1 accuracy on 2 different X-Wings. Can he do it?
All right. Let's roll. 4.
Kill that Tycho, damn it.
Scatter. And counter.
So what
One
does
damage.
scatter do? Scatter.
It blocks the whole shot.
That's bullshit.
Only the light fighter aces like Tycho, Shara, Soontir Fel take a shot. And flotillas, because antis and transports have them. No actual capital ship
I think
has them.
Jacob taught me one of the most important lessons about most FFJ games. The idea of the game is to not deal damage, it's to not take damage.
Yeah. Unless you can deal it before. Well, I guess if you deal it before they can deal it, you're not taking it either.
Yeah.
Unless you're fighting Riken.
You've moved everything.
No, but you have 1 more squad.
All right. There we go. Let's try to finish her off.
1 more X-Wing squad into Tycho.
Nice.
I'll burn my scatter.
What? Oh, he burns the
Doesn't have an
scatter.
accuracy.
Oh, because you flip the scatter, then you burn it. Now you lose that token.
And counter. 2 damage kills.
Oh my goodness.
For anyone wondering, there's a 25% chance for an accuracy on every single blue die. He should statistically be doing 2 damage and an accuracy with every X-Wing shot. John's dice don't like him tonight.
So is that it?
Now Tycho will fire at the other X-Wings.
Oh Jesus.
2 damage kills him.
Oh my god.
Well, I got the bomber, and that's it.
Tycho isn't it? That's the only ship of yours left is the bomber.
And the bomber can't get in range to fire at anything. None of my ships could do it either. So it ends with 400 points going to me, and John has earned. This dies. Thanks, Riken. John has earned 88 plus 17, 105. Is Sheriff the only squadron you killed? Yeah. John has earned 105 points. That is a 295 margin of victory for me. This should be a 9-2 win in tournament standards. John still gets some points.
All right. So that was another edition of Sling Paint Gaming. You guys, this was the first time we did an Armada video. Jacob, thank you for teaching us how to play, also getting a match in here, trying to see all the mechanics and how this works. This actually looks pretty a wild game. I got the core set, so he's making me itch to buy some Armada stuff. Like I already have enough crap that I got. I have stuff that's on home that's still in boxes. You know that?
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
All right. All right. So we're going to wrap this stream up. If you guys like this video, please give us a like down below. Also, subscribe to our channel. If you're already not subscribed, that's that little subscribe button on the bottom there. If you guys subscribe, you get all the updates and all the videos when we go live, and you can participate in the live streaming stuff. Also, remember, if you guys like what we do and you want to help support us, the best way to support us right now is to potential purchase some tokens of love and some t-shirts of love. And the links in the store, links down below. We have our Etsy and Store Envy store, and then we have our t-shirt store that will help us keep us doing what we're doing and what have you. Also, check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff, social media. And also, we have our very own website, slingpaint.com. We have a big community growing. We almost have 1,000 people on our community, which is crazy to think about. But if you guys want to compete in some Listinator challenges for X-Wing and stuff, and we'll start doing some Destiny Listinator challenges, definitely check that out. You get a free set of tokens if you are the winner. And the cool part about it is we don't vote for it. You guys do. It's a community thing. And again, that's what we want to do is make sure we enhance the community. And the cool part about the Listinator is it's lists for cards and ships that you don't normally play. And the winner, actually, we play it. We play King of the Hill style. We actually run it up against the previous winner's month and see who does well. And I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for everything. And leave us some comments or questions below. Bye.